body and core strength circuit. I posted a class with a similar structure and focus a couple months ago, and this is a follow-up to that, different exercises, but same general idea. For equipment, you're going to need a single heavy and a single medium weight. I'm using a 15-pound weight and an 8-pound weight. Go up or down from there, depending on your level. And if you want the option to modify and drop down in weights, it's always nice to have options on hand. So maybe you have a slightly lighter one hanging out too. For the structure of class, I'm going to give you 6 exercises. You do them for 45 seconds, rest for 15, and then move on to the next exercise. And we're going to go through that circuit of 6 exercises 4 times total, switching right, left, each time through. When you complete a set of the circuit, I'll give you a longer recovery before we start again from the top. Class will start with a brief warm-up focused on mobility, some engagement through the core, and it'll finish up with a quick guided cool down. Let's get right into our warm-up. We're going to start in a tabletop position. So if you're standing, I want you to come down to the mat, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and let's just warm it up with a cat-cow. So as you inhale, we're going to find spinal extension. So your gaze shifts up, you reach your tailbone to the ceiling. As you exhale, you're going to push the mat away, round your spine up towards the ceiling, filling the space between your shoulder blades. Continue to move with your breath like that. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. One more time. And then I want you to elongate the spine to neutral. Now from here, I want you to tuck your toes under. You're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, first I want you to start the exhale. Feel the rib cage move in and down. Feel that gentle bracing through the abdominal wall. Then once you feel that abdominal connection, then I just want you to lift your knees up to a 1 or 2 inch hover, a bear plank position. As you inhale, you're going to lower your knees back down to the mat. I want you to go slow with this one. Move with your breath and do not lift the knees off of the mat until you feel that sort of bracing sensation, that gentle bracing through your abdominal wall. Now, next time you lift up into that bear plank, I want you to hold in that bear plank. Now you're going to continue to breathe. We're going to add in a little retraction and protraction of the shoulder blades though. So your shoulder blades are going to glide in towards each other without flaring open to the front of your rib cage. And then you're going to push the mat away. You're going to fill the space between your shoulder blades. Give me just 3 more. Final time. And then lower your knees down to the mat. You can untuck those toes. We're going to come into arm circles with a little spine twist. We can start with that left arm. You're going to reach it forward, and then as you circle it up, I want you to twist open gently through the spine, down and around, squaring your chest to the floor. Keep going this direction. If this bothers your supporting right wrist at all, just shift your hips back a little bit so you take weight out of the hand. Let's switch direction of the circles. So now you're going to swing it back. As it comes up, twist open and close it. So the opening, that twisting open, it's coming from your mid-spine. 1 more circle this side. And then plant your hand down on the mat. Let's take it over to the right. The arm reaches forward as it circles up. Open, twist. Square it off and around. And we're going to switch direction of the circle. It goes back, up and around, inviting in that gentle twist. So mobilizing through the shoulder joint as well as the thoracic spine here. 1 more circle. And then hand comes down. Let's come up to a full kneel, arms overhead. And as the hips slide back in a hinge, the arms sweep back. Arms overhead, swish them back. Now we're just going to add in a little tricep kickback in the hinge. And then another move for the triceps at the top, you're going to pat yourself on the back, straighten them out. So just tacking them on at the end of each one. If you mess up the combo, no big deal. Pat yourself on the back, hinge and sweep, tricep kickback, open through the chest. We're going to finish up this warm-up in a hinged position with a reverse fly. Next time you're in the hinge position, I want you to pause. I want you to reach the arms in front of you, palms facing towards each other, and then we reverse fly, opening up and closing. Retracting those shoulder blades in towards each other as the arms open up wide. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's a preview of your circuit. First exercise is for the triceps. You're in a bird dog position, so opposite arm, opposite leg. From there, it's going to be a tricep kickback and then a straight arm tricep lift. One kickback, holding it straight, you'll lower and lift. From there, we switch to our heavier weight. You're in a hinged lunge position, and it is going to be a narrow row, palm faces in towards you, and then a reverse grip row, palm faces forward, focusing on the retraction of that shoulder blade. From there, we're going to come into a kneeling position, still with your heavier weight. It's going to be a hammer curl, and then a hammer curl to a single arm press overhead. Hammer curl, curl to press. From there, we stand it up. Weight is in that same arm. We're going to take it into a windmill, getting in some oblique work and shoulder work. Hip pops back as you slide down and drive it back up. We're then going to lower down to our light weight for the final 2. It's going to be a side plank position. It's a row with a lift of that top leg to really challenge core stability. To modify, you can always have the bottom knee down, or you could just eliminate that leg lift. Final exercise, it is going to be a Russian twist crunch. We extend out into sort of a hollow hold, weight goes overhead, and then as we come up, we are going to twist, bringing the weight to the outside of one leg and send it back down, up to one side and down. All right, 45 seconds of move, 15 seconds of recovery in between. Let's go. So we're going to start with that in that bird dog position, so opposite leg extended with that tricep work, kick back and then straight arm lift. Let's start with our left arm as the focus today. It's important to switch it up so you're not always starting on the same side. So some classes I like to start on the right, some on the left. I know it can be confusing, but I do think it is important to mix it up. All right, so let's find a tabletop position. Weight is going to be in your left hand. Now to modify, have both knees down, all right? Otherwise, let's take that opposite right leg, extend it to a hover without sinking into your low back. And then I want you to row that elbow back so we're open through the chest. And from here, we'll do the kick back. So we kick the arm back straight. Now holding it straight, you're going to lower it. You're going to lift it and then bend at the elbow, bringing the weight forward. Palm is facing in towards me. We're not rolling forward through the shoulder, and we're also challenging our abdominals here. Little lift and lower, kick back. Keep length through the back of your neck, so we're not letting our head droop down. And we're stable through our supporting right shoulder, so you really push the floor away with that hand. Whew, okay, let's switch to our heavier weight. It's going in your left hand. We're going to come up to a hinged lunge position. So I want your right foot forward, left hip back, slide your hips back. So chest is facing at an angle towards the floor. Now we're going to do a narrow row, palm faces in towards you, and then flip palm forward, reverse grip row, just alternating between the two. Now I want you to focus on the retraction of the shoulder blade and then the elbow pulls up, okay? As you pull that weight up, don't sink into your lower back. All right, now come to a kneeling position. The right foot is still forward. Palm faces in. It's going to be a hammer curl, then a hammer curl to your shoulder, single arm press. Try not to swing the weight, okay? So isolate the biceps. Hammer curl to your shoulder, press. As little swinging as possible. If you have to add a little bit of momentum to rack it to your shoulder, that is okay. But for the isolated curl, I want as little momentum as possible. Woo! If you got to drop down to your medium for this one, use your lighter weight, okay? That's what it's there for. Whew, all right, So let's come up to a standing position for windmill. So your left toes are pointing forward, wide-ish stance. Your right toes point to the right. You press that weight overhead, look at the weight. You're gonna pop your hip over to the left. Your right hand can slide down the inside of that right shin. Exhale it up to the top. Look at the weight to stabilize your shoulder. That weight should stay stacked over your shoulder throughout the range of motion. You're giving me a bend to that right knee as you lower. Inhale on the way down. Exhale, connect to your obliques. They are bringing you back upright. Whew. All right, let's switch down to our medium weight. Medium weight is going to be in your left hand. Your right hand is going to be down on the mat. We're going to come into a side plank position so that you're mirroring me. You're going to stack your feet. And from here, we are going to row that elbow up towards the ceiling as the top leg lifts. It's just a little row. Keep the weight close and tight to your chest. Bottom right side arm is working here too. To modify, you can have your bottom knee down. Just like that. If lifting the top leg is too much, you can also modify by just keeping it down on the floor, okay? Woo, okay. We're going to come down to the mat. It is going to be that Russian twist sit up. So when you crunch up, you're going to crunch up and over to the left. Let's bounce behind our sitting bones, open through the chest though. You're going to lower down, bringing that weight overhead, gaze at your knees. You're going to exhale, come to bounce behind the sitting bones and sweep that weight up and over to the left. So I'm kind of coming to a ab curl or hollow hold position at the bottom. And I'm crunching to the same side every time. At the bottom here, I am neutral through the spine. Woo, and rest. Okay, you have 30 seconds. So we're going to start from the top. We'll just do that whole thing on the other side. So our right hand is going to have the weight for this whole circuit. We'll start in that tabletop position. Opposite left leg will be extended back at that hover, or you can have both knees down to modify. Spread out through your left fingers and then push the mat away so we're stable through this left shoulder. Left leg extends out, firing through the glutes, not your lower back. And then we drive that elbow up. Kick back, and then with the arms straight, lower, lift. Broad across those collarbones, so we're not letting our shoulders roll forward. Woo, 15 seconds to rest. So we're going to switch to our heavier weight. It is still going to be in that right hand, left foot forward. We'll come into that hinged lunge position. Row with your palm facing in and then row with your palm facing forward. Big lean forward, neutral through the spine. Row, flip the palm forward, row. And again, you are not just thinking about the elbow pulling back. You're thinking about your shoulder blade retracting in towards midline. All right, drop the knee down. So we're going to do that hammer curl. I'll turn to face you. Hammer curl, and then curl to that single arm press. Trying not to swing our body forward and back, okay? So with a hammer curl, your palm faces in towards midline. Whew. All right, let's come to stand windmill. So right toes point forward, a little wider than hips distance stance. Left toes point to the left. Weight overhead. Hand's gonna slide down the inside of this left leg. Pop your hip to the right. Windmill. Lower down. Exhale, engage the obliques to bring yourself up to the top. Look at that weight as you lower and lift. That's going to help it stay stacked right over your shoulder. Stay open through the chest. If this is too much with the weight in your top hand, you can do it holding the weight in your bottom hand. It just won't be a challenge for the top shoulder, and instead the focus will just be obliques, and that's okay. Rest. Okay, we're going to drop down to our lighter weight. We're going to come into that side plank position. Left hand down on the mat, right hand has the weight. You could do it on your forearm too if you prefer to do it on your forearm. The row is just you're not going to have as much space for it, okay? But if this bothers your wrists, you can come down to your forearm, or you can drop that bottom knee down like a little kickstand. Woo. Now hips are stacked, so you might need to pull that right hip forward a smidge so that it really stays stacked on top of the left. You're not rolling open. Push those hips up to the ceiling. Woo. Rest. All right, come to balance behind your sitting bones. We're going to do that Russian twist crunch. We're going to come up, and that weight is going to come to the outside of your right leg. So roll to the back of your sitting bones. We extend out, weight overhead in this ab curl position. We exhale, we come up, weight comes up and out to the right. Take it back down. Just got to scoot forward. As you lower down, gaze is at your knees, so there's a gentle nod to your chin. And done. 30 seconds. All right, we're halfway there. We're going to start it again from the top with the left side has the focus. So take inventory. If things are not feeling challenging enough, now's the time to go a little heavier with the weights. So spread out through your right hand, plant it underneath the shoulder, and then push the mat away so we're in a stable position. And then we're going to take that right leg and extend it up and back at a hover, engaged through the core, fired through the glutes. Row that left elbow up, and then from there, give me your kick back. Straight arm lift and lower. One kick back. Holding the arm straight, lowered a few inches, lift it up. Oops, I forgot the straight arm lift. To modify, I have both knees down. All right, put the medium weight down, grab your heavy right foot forward, weight still in your left hand. We row with the palm facing in, we row with the palm facing forward. Square your hips, hinge them back, big lean forward. We're gonna brace through the core. Row. So when the weight is down, when your arm is straight, there's a protraction slightly of the shoulder blade, and then you retract elbow pulls. Woo, all right, come to kneel. Hammer curl, right foot forward, left knee down. Hammer curl, curl to shoulder press. Let's go. Curl. Curl, press. Reverse it. I wish I had rest. Come to standing windmill. I was going to say I wish I had just a slightly lighter weight for that one. All right, right toes point to the right, left toes point forward, windmills. Hips are going to pop to the left, right hand slides down the inside of that leg. Look up at the weight. Let's go. So obliques here and shoulder stability. Rest. Heavier weight goes down, grab your lighter one. Right hand is going to be your base hand, left hand has the weight, side plank position. You know your modifications, you can always keep that knee down like a kickstand. Let's go. We row and lift that top leg. Whew. Rest. All right. We have that Russian twist set up. As you come up, you're going to bring that weight up into the outside of your left leg. Lower down, weight goes overhead. Exhale, up and twist to the left. Twist to the left. Whew, and rest, okay? 30 seconds. So we have one more time through the circuit. Right hand will have the weight, and then we cool it down. So we're going to plant down through our left hand, push the mat away so we're stable through this left shoulder. And then if you're choosing to take the core challenge version of this, you extend that left leg out to a hover. You're going to row your right elbow up, hold it lifted, open through the chest, connected to your core. Kick back, lower, lift, bend the elbow. Whew, all right. Put the medium weight down, grab your heavy weight. We come to stand. Right hand has the weight, left foot forward, row, palm in, palm forward. Square your hips, hinge forward, brace through the core. Again, slight protraction of the shoulder blade at the bottom. We retract, the elbow draws up. Whew, all right, drop that right knee down. It's gonna be hammer curl. Oh, what am I doing? You can mirror me. Hammer curl, curl shoulder press. Neutral through the spine and pelvis. So give me a gentle squeeze of your glutes. Curl, curl, press. All right, come to stand. We have that windmill. Right toes point forward, left toes point to the left. So you have a 90 degree angle with the feet. Weight goes overhead, open through the chest, look up at that weight. Slide your hip to the right, left hand slides down the inside of your left leg for guidance. Exhale, connect your obliques as you come to the top. All right, let's drop down to our medium weight for the final two. We're going to be in a side plank. You're mirroring me. Right hand has the weight, left hand comes down. Make sure your left wrist is in line with your left feet so that we're in one long line, okay? Open through the hips. Let's go. We row and lift. The weight is not coming to the ground. Row it across your chest. Rest. Okay. When you come up in that twist, for that Russian twist, it's over to the right. Come to that V-sit position. Lower down, weight overhead. Exhale, weight comes up to the right. Final 45 seconds of work. Your legs don't have to be at a super low hover. When you are down on the mat, they're only as low as you can. Maintain a neutral lower spine. Oh, and done. Put the weights down. Bring you through a quick cool down. Let's roll down onto our back if you're not already lying down. And just hug the knees in towards your chest. And then keeping that left knee in towards your chest, straighten out through the right leg. And let's bring the left knee across and over to the right. You can cactus your elbows, open through the chest. Coming back through center, let's switch sides. We hug the right knee into our chest, left leg goes long. And then we're gonna take this knee across, coming into that twist. You can cactus the elbows, open through the chest. Coming through center, hands can come behind your thighs. I just want you to start to roll gently up and down your spine. We're gonna come up through seated, cross at the ankles, and let's come into a tabletop position. We'll thread the needle. So I want you to take your right arm, thread it under the left cheek to the mat, and then walk your left arm forward, breathing into your mid-back. Walking that left hand in, press up through tabletop, and let's take it to the other side. Left weaves under right, walk your right arm forward. Walking your right hand in, press up through tabletop, bum back to your heels, flip the palms up to the ceiling. Let's take a few breaths in child's pose to finish class. When you're ready, you'll walk your hands in, rolling the spine up tall. That is your class. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time.